Good morning, guys. How's everyone doing? Welcome back to another video. It's just going to be a quick one, this video, and I just wanted to share some information with you guys, a little bit about my working journey. You know, I share that all the time as we're going along, so a little bit something different today. There should be a video later on as well, so make sure you look out for tonight's video. But yeah, basically I've been doing a bit of thinking, and you know, if any of you have met me on the lives, and when we've spoken the lives, and I've talked about my sort of working history and different industries that I've been in, from anywhere from my apprenticeship in electrical engineering to, you know, sound engineering and so on. I've always had a sort of love for sort of technical stuff like electrics and stuff like that, electronics and so on. And yeah, just been sort of for a while now, I've been sort of battling the thoughts of sort of going back to college and sort of you know, seeking some sort of qualification, and yeah, sort of decided now. I've decided on doing an electrical course to qualify as an electrician. Sorry, not electrical engineer, electrician. So when I was younger and I did my apprenticeship, I did actually complete a diploma in electrical engineering, and I was on my higher national diploma at the time when I left. I did the first year, and then I left after the second year of my apprenticeship because I didn't really enjoy it. I guess I was sort of young as well, didn't have responsibilities either, so I was sort of a bit more sort of free to sort of float around and figure out what I really wanted to do. Obviously 15 years later or so, I ended up in construction, and as you know, I do various different things, from plastering to tiling, bathrooms, kitchens, roofing, bricklaying, foundations, everything, you know, a little bit of everything. So yeah, I've just sort of made up my mind, decided recently that I wanted to look into doing an electrical course. So I did put out an inquiry out there to a company, because obviously I run a business, obviously have guys who work for me, so I can't just sort of go off and college full-time. I've got a family to look after, etc. as well. So I would have had to do a course that would fit around my current busy, hectic schedule, which is partly what put me off doing it for so long. I was like, how am I able to do sort of studying around this stuff as well? So anyway, I put out some inquiries on some websites and stuff, and I found a course which was a weekend course, or predominantly weekend, with a lot of sort of online theory teaching, online seminars. Obviously, since, you know, COVID, a lot of things have changed in that way, so there's a lot more sort of educational stuff that you can do sort of from far away. So I found the course, and I have enrolled in the course. I've paid for the course. Well, I've started paying for the course anyway. I'll tell you a little bit about that in a minute. And basically, it's a course to train to be a qualified electrician, which will allow me to do installations, design and do installations, for instance, rewiring of houses, doing extensions and all this stuff like that. Also testing and inspecting as well, I'll be able to do as well. So that's basically what this course will qualify me to do. I would need to have someone to sign off the jobs, because it takes another 2 years or so before I would be able to you know, get to that level to be able to sign off my own jobs. But I will be able to get a senior electrician to come in and test and sign off the work. But I would be able to do the work, do the installations, inspect them. I think even issue landlord certificates and a couple of other things like that. I'll be able to do replace consumer units, you know, sort of most electrical work, and stuff that would be sort of the stuff you'd see in our jobs. So yeah, so I've enrolled for the course. I start the course officially on the first week of June, although I am essentially kind of started it. I have access to the portal, and I have access to certain materials. So there's a lot of sort of like pre-recorded lessons which I've already started to watch. There's like lots of them. I'm talking maybe 20 to 30 3-hour lessons. So I've started sort of studying it essentially, but officially my live classes will start in June. The course is a sort of well, the cost of the course was 4.5 grand, just over 4.5 grand for the course. Something I will have to pay for myself. I won't get any sort of government help for that, etc., which in my opinion, rightly so, I have to fund it myself. I am paying it on a monthly basis, so they have a system where you can pay it monthly. So they actually have a 12-month interest free option, which is what I went for. So really it makes sense to just pay it off monthly and no interest on it. I did get a discount on the course, just to say, of 20% on the discount. I got a deal, so I actually paying, I think, 3,600 for the course, which works out at £300 a month. So I basically have paid the first payment, and I'm going to be paying it over 12 months. So I hope to have finished the course by then as well. So the way sort of the course is structured, there's part theory and part practical. So there's about 7 weeks of theory lessons, or 7 weekends. So that's a Saturday and a Sunday. I've got to do sort of the whole day of course, online coursing, online lessons, should I say, on a Saturday, and all day on a Sunday as well. That means I won't be able to work on the Saturdays and Sundays anymore. So you won't see any weekend videos from June for a little while. So yeah, I'll do 7 weekends of that. And after I do the 7 weekends, then I have to go to the test center and I have to do a theory exam on a weekend as well. So providing I pass the theory exam, which I think they said is something like a 90% pass rate, so it's quite high, but you are also allowed to bring in sort of like, you know, your books and stuff, like on-site guide, your 18th edition, stuff like that. You're allowed to bring in to the exam. So you do the exam. Once you do the exam, then you move on to the practical part of the course, which is a 4 weeks, I think 4 or 5 weeks of practical lessons. So I will have to physically go to the establishment, which I think is somewhere in Surrey. So I'll have to go on a Saturday and Sunday for 4 to 5 weeks, and I will be doing practical lessons, putting all the theory into practice. So we'll be wiring fuse boards and doing terminating cables and, you know, all that sort of stuff. So I'll be doing that, and then once I finish my, I think it's 4 or 5 weeks of practical weekends, then I do the practical exams. So the exams will be done in the week, so I'll have to take a week off work for that. It can only be done in a week, so I'll be doing that in a week, and it will be 4 days straight of practical exams. So they will give you obviously tasks to do, and you will be tested, and they'll be watching what you're doing, etc. And then, so once I've passed the practical exam after the 4 days, then I will be a qualified electrician. So that's basically the long and short of the actual course. So I'm not sure how long it's going to take, because it's a flexible course as well, in that you can sort of stop and start it to work, because it's designed for people already in the trades, this particular course. So I can kind of work it around. If I'm really sort of pressed on work or whatever, I can take a weekend off and do that weekend the following weekend or whatever. So it is quite flexible in that respect, and you can take up to 3 years to do the course. So I just thought that that's sort of the course that would fit in with my lifestyle, and also allow me the flexibility. If anything happens and I needed that sort of flexibility, I'll be able to have it. So I'm quite happy about it. I'm quite excited about doing the course, starting it, you know, officially. But as I said, I have started, you know, studying and the resources and so on. So far, so good. I do have a lot of electrical knowledge. Obviously, I did 3 years of electrical engineering, and I've always kept my sort of self in the electrics and stuff like that. So I have a fairly good understanding of electrics and the theory of electrics, at least anyway. So yeah, so that's basically just something I wanted to share with you guys. Also, I would probably say this as well, because I did have speak to them there as well, and they were saying that the UK has a big shortage of electricians. I know that because it's always difficult to get electricians when I need them, which is partly which for a few years have been pushing me towards, like, you know what, you should just go and get your qualification. So if you need it and you can't get the help or whatever, you can get on with stuff. So there is a big shortage apparently, especially that there are so much things like electric charging units and so on. So when I spoke to them at the college, when I had first inquired, they called me up. They asked me if I was inquiring about looking for work or if I was inquiring to study. And so when I told him I was looking to study, he said if I was looking to work, there's so much work available, you know, up to £500 a day, just installing these electric car charging ports, because they just need people to do it. So if you are an electrician and you may be not aware, you probably are, then maybe something to look into as an extra side money or whatever. Also, if you're not, maybe you're looking for a career change, maybe it could be a good career change. You can get well paid as being an electrician if you work hard, obviously, with anything. And also maybe for young people, you know, young people that are sort of, you know, you might have sons or daughters or whatever, cousins, nephews, whatever, that looking, not really sure what to do. Maybe something you could present to them as a job option. If there is lots of opportunities out there and the market doesn't seem to be saturated, maybe it's something and a rewarding job that they can do. Also, another reason of me doing this as well, obviously I'm not getting any younger. I had my 43rd birthday a few weeks ago, and you know, as you get older, sort of this stuff does get a little bit taxing on your body. I shouldn't say a little bit, but it gets quite taxing on your body. And it's nice to have the option, if you wanted to fall back on some work that might not be as physically intensive and still earn a living. So there's lots of benefits, I think, in me getting the qualifications, you know. Yeah, so that's just pretty much the basics of it, you know. So yeah, I just wanted to share that with you guys. I am heading into work now, so I've just stopped in the shop, and I just thought I would share this video with you real quick. And yeah, so let me know what you think. If you're an electrician, if you've got any advice as well for me or anybody who's thinking of it, should we do it, should we not, or any advice that you might be able to give into someone who's training as an electrician or wants to train as an electrician. So you can share that on here. That I'm sure that will help someone. So guys, thanks for watching as usual, and I will see you guys later on. Take care.